What's going on?
We back.
So, I don't know if you're gonna release that BTS we just did, the brainstorming of topics.
No.
No. All right. Well, sorry guys, I tried.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Lonely Mosi, aka King Mosi. I'm here with my cousin,
Oscar.
and we're here with another You Good Digital podcast. Man, look, let's just get straight into it. Off camera was a lot. Let's just get straight into it. Go ahead, cause I know you got.
It's Black History Month.
I was just about to say, shout out to all my N-words. He won't let me. My cousin won't let me say the N-word no more.
No more.
Shout out to all my N-words, you know what I'm saying, for Black History Month. Shout out to my cousin for graduating from HBCU. You know what I'm saying? He did that.
HU?
You know? You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to one, but I'm catching on. I'm catching on. So, let's discuss.
I need to know how you feel about Black History Month, because you
He said he gonna
wait. We going straight into
He said he gonna go straight into it. One, I don't believe in Black History Month.
Why?
I don't believe black people should be confined to just 1 month. I believe that we should be in the history books throughout the year.
Right.
I believe as for every story for them should be a story for us. Not like we should go tit for tat,
Right.
but we've created just as much as anybody else.
More, maybe.
But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say. If like I said, that we created just as much as them, if not more.
Right.
Probably more. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the books, it shouldn't be a thing about Black history.
It should just
month.
be history.
It should just be history. That's what I'm trying to articulate.
Okay.
As far as like, when I say I don't believe in Black history, it's not that I'm trying to say I don't believe in the things that Black people have done. I'm not trying to discredit anybody or anything that we invented, any whatever. I'm just saying, like, as far as like the month, just confining this into a month of celebration is cool, but it's like after February, I'm still Black.
Right. So, do you think Black History Month has been a hindrance to achieving that goal, or an assistance?
I think Black History Month is it's an assistance, because the harder we go for Black history, the harder they're going to confine it to that Black History Month. So
it's a hindrance, not an assist. It doesn't assist.
Well, assisting them to hinder us is what I'm trying to tell. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think weird. So you got to run with.
Yeah, no, I got it.
These questions, you got to roll with the punches.
So, all right. So it's a hindrance, basically. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the idea of it was a good idea at first. Would you agree with that? Because there was no Black history taught at one point, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So the idea of Black History Month was a good thing, but
right.
You're saying now it's a hindrance.
Like, because we've evolved so much. Think about this. LeBron James is about to break the all-time scoring record in February.
Right.
Why do we, like, that's going to be an accomplishment of a lifetime in basketball.
Right.
We should be able to teach that all throughout the year. Even though sports is all throughout the year, I understand that's a different type of comparison. But I'm just saying, like, any great Black person should be taught throughout the year. Like, I just don't understand, like, why we have to celebrate it so much more in a month than, hell, the Mexicans only get Cinco de Mayo. You know, like, they get 1 day. He hates me right now. He's feeling some type of way. I'm sensing the energy from this couch right now. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. So,
What you writing down notes? You trying to?
No, I'm looking something up.
Okay. And look. And I'm open to the possibility of being wrong. You know, this is a discussion between me and my cousin. We got listeners. You know. So if I'm incorrect on something, let me know. Like I'm not about to sit here and combat with you. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it is what it is.
So you said something interesting, right? You were like, we've evolved so much, right?
His nigga got his calculator out.
Wait, so like in the segregation, 1960s, right?
It's been about 400 years.
No, not slavery. I said
Okay,
segregation.
Okay.
1960s, right?
Yeah.
1964, whatever. Do your Google search. Like,
Right.
don't quote me on that.
Right.
You said we've evolved so much. Is that really true though? Like, and when you say we, who's your we that you talking about?
Look, we can go into this.
But
I feel like as a people, black people,
okay, all right.
we've evolved so much.
What about as a country?
I also think we've evolved a lot as a country.
All right, so 1964. Let's say
I'm not saying it's perfect.
1964 segregation ended, right?
Damn, my mama was 5.
Right, 1964.
Damn, my mama old as hell.
July 2nd, 1964, the Civil Rights Act outlawed segregation in businesses such as theaters, restaurants, and hotels.
Oh no, my mom wasn't born yet. She's born in 69. My bad.
Some of the Congress people in Congress are in their 80s.
Are still in Congress. Hell, Joe Biden was there.
Right. So you're saying we've evolved a lot as a country, whatever, but
The mentality.
well, think about it. People who lived during segregation are still alive and probably in Congress.
Gotta tell you something, Cuddy?
Yeah.
They got about 3 more weeks.
I missed that joke, but
You didn't get it? They got about 3 more weeks. Let's be real. Like, I hate to say this, God forgive me, but time ain't on their side.
but what I'm saying is, you said the country has evolved so much, but I don't know if it really has. That's the argument I'm making.
So you think it's a facade?
The evolution of the America?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Then can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think you would be in the position that you are in right now in your job outside of what we're doing? Do you think you could have been here in 1964?
Absolutely not. Right. If those laws hadn't been put in place.
But that's what I'm saying. They were put in place.
They were put in place, but if they were all taken out of place, like, what would happen then?
But they're not. Because
They're not.
It's a hypothetical.
It is a hypothetical.
So my point is, it's evolved.
It has evolved, but I don't think we've come as far as what you're saying.
Okay, let's take it. This is what I'm talking about. Give me your hand, sir. Yeah, roll up my sleeve. we about to go.
Sparring?
We sparring today. We sparring because I think a lot of black people have the victim mentality.
Absolutely.
And that's why you not saying you're a victim because you're successful. You're a successful black man. Like
Right.
you are up there in the top 10%.
Which is crazy, but
Right. I grew up with this nigga. Hold on, wait a minute. But I think a lot of black people have victim mentality, and that's hindering us from growing as a people.
right.
I don't think with today's age and the technology and the information that's out there to go get it, if you're not getting it, then that's on you. Black History Month could be all year if black people actually decided to just make it a year. We have that. Control right now.
Yeah.
It might not be a government thing,
Right.
but it starts with a seed. You have to plant that seed. If black people said there's no more Black History Month, we about to start teaching black history throughout the year. And we're gonna hold courses in on the campuses for free and the high schools for free. We're gonna shove it in your fucking throat so far down that you have to swallow it.
So you're basically saying take it outside of the
I'm radical. I would have been a Black Panther back in the day for sure.
Well, but
For sure.
You're saying take it
Easily.
You're saying take it outside of the institution of school and teach it ourselves.
Yes, because then you go back and complain about the institution not teaching what we should be teaching it. So if they're not going to teach it, then why don't you implement it somewhere else where we can get it?
Right. I think.
Oh, I'm about to get pissed because
No,
not at you though.
No, I
I'm
get it.
just
I
saying,
get it.
yeah. Go ahead.
I completely agree with everything you're saying. I think the challenge is in if you ever hear me talk about if you ever hear me talk about how to make the world a better place, I always go back to one topic: raising better children.
It starts in the home.
Right.
There's no such thing as a bad kid. It's only bad parents.
Yes.
Just like I'm with you, Cuddy. I'm with you.
But I think that's why going back to we've evolved so much, and my counter to I don't think we've evolved as far as you think we could or should have by now is you have in some cases broken people, in a lot of cases broken people teaching broken people, right? So you got someone who's broken raising a kid and teaching them those broken mentalities and those broken thoughts or whatever. And broken is I'm not just talking I'm talking about all races across the board. Okay. Because like if someone's racist or treats
other races,
yeah,
teach their kids to be racist.
But I think in some instances someone who's racist or treats someone else negatively is a broken person, right?
Yeah.
So you got broken people teaching broken people. You got the victim mentality, people with the victim mentality teaching other people with the victim mentality. And I'm not excluding any race from any of these statements I'm saying because
we talking about us because we black.
We talking about us because we black.
About nobody else. We don't got that experience of everybody else.
That's true.
If everybody else, if they want to chime in, they can comment or they can bring us up. You know what I'm saying? We can have a discussion, but we talking about our experience.
Right. And going back to that, talking about the black experience and the what our experiences are, it's like that whole victim mentality is real and it displays in so many different ways.
Where do you want me to start on this, bro? Because I can literally, like, I've sat back and I've watched us support, and I say us as in the black community. Mm-hmm. I watched us support the most detrimental things for us. Like, look at where the our popular music, like hip hop, has gone. We champion the worst. And I'm a part of that. I'm not exempt from any of this.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking like I'm got my head up my ass. Like I'm sitting on a high horse. No, I'm a part of this as well. But the music, the TV shows that we watch, the gang cultures that we praise, like it comes a point to where we have to stop doing this so much. Just like you said, there's no bad kids. You have to start looking at the home because they're only bad parents. Right. We at some point we have to stop doing this and start doing this because it starts here.
Right.
It starts here. Bro, like
the man in the mirror.
I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Michael Jackson got so much power. This might get demonetized just for me singing that song.
That's iconic.
That's
right there.
Iconic right there, boy. But it's to me. I think going back to the topic of Black History Month. Let's go back there before I go. You know what I'm saying? I think if we stop. I don't believe in Black History Month. I believe in Black history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna confine it to a month. I'm not gonna in March. I'm not gonna be like, oh, that was fun. Let me go not be black. I'm still gonna be black.
Right.
And somebody else is still gonna be black. And there's gonna be history created after the month of February.
Right.
You know, so that's kind of where I get it. We want to celebrate. You know, February is the month. We want to celebrate. Wear our kente cloths. You know, all the companies putting kente cloths in they stuff, and putting up Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And little do they know that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were both probably two of the most hated men in that period of time.
Yeah.
Nobody was messing with Martin Luther King like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Martin Luther King was like, I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. I want to say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. But we have Martin Luther King was not appreciated back in the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody think Martin Luther King was peaceful. He wasn't as peaceful as people may think he was. You know what I'm saying?
I think he knew how to present, and he had good presentation.
Because he wanted to get his point across just as much as anybody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and Martin Luther King was a G. Malcolm X was a G.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I just don't. That Black History Month thing, man, it just does something. I think Morgan Freeman said something about it too. I think I seen an interview years ago. I think that's what sparked my idea about it. He was like, "Nah, I don't believe in Black History Month. Like, I don't believe it's just 1 month of history that we need to learn. Like,
Right.
what? Why should the schools, why should the schools switch their whole curriculum up for just 1 month?
Should be there every day.
It should be there from the moment school starts to the end. We should know that Jack Daniels stole his recipe from Uncle Nearest. That's what he was drinking in Fixes. Oh, that's the
Okay, yeah.
They switched out. It's black owned, so they use black
Right.
whiskey. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the wrench. What is it? Peanut butter. The stoplight. Hell, light. You know what I'm saying? We could
The filament in the light bulb that keeps it on.
we could go on for days about this, but I'm not about to sit here and cram it in my head from February 1st to the 28th, which just so happens to be the shortest month of the year, to try to appease white or black people. That's just not gonna sit with me.
So, are you saying You Good Digital needs to have like Black History facts that we do, like in shorts or something?
We can do whatever. Cause I'm
Because the only reason I ask that,
yeah.
because like we're putting a lot of commentary around this, right?
But there's no solution.
Well, that's part of it, but like, how do we not only put the commentary around it and spark the ideas of the talk, but how do we deliver a solution and a product to it? Like, we could do a history fact that is about a black person frequently on our channel, like, and just do it shorts. It ain't got to be like some long, whatever.
Why?
Why should we do that?
Why?
Well, to go back, like, if the schools aren't teaching it, then we got to teach it.
Okay.
And we got to be the vehicle. Just going back to what you were saying, right?
I'm with you.
That's why I'm saying that. And it's
because
like,
I like that reason. I because I don't want it to be like something that's forced that we have to do.
yeah, I don't think it's something that we have to do. I just like, how can we, or like, even if we don't do facts in us, maybe we need to go out and find someone we could put on You Good Digital to do that for us, to be the person who brings that Black history. What you think? What?
Yes, I'm with you, but I'm also progressive.
Okay.
Everybody involved in You Digital is what?
Black.
Right. This cool. I love everybody. I appreciate everything that our ancestors have done all the way up to this point. We should celebrate it daily, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But we can't change what happened in the past.
Right.
No matter how much we bring it up,
Right.
no matter how much we try to bring it up, we can only figure out what the now and the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm with you on the idea of teaching it. Like, we could drop some gems here and there
Right.
about it. But it's about now. It's about the future. I think black, and that's why I said earlier, like victim mentality, we tend to like get so strung on the past. You know what I'm saying? And then white folks, 50, 20, 30 years from now, they're going to put Elon Musk in their history books. Because why he's focused on the right now.
So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying we shouldn't necessarily get caught up on the past, but focus on what we could build now.
I mean, don't get push out the past.
Right.
We need to know about who came before us and what you know.
Right.
I'm with that, but I think we get so keyed in on the past, trying to say we have history, we have history, we have history.
That we're not creating history
The now.
Okay. You saying create the product now that will
That's
be
going to
talked
20,
about.
30 years. We going to be talked about. Matter of fact, we ain't going to have to be talked about because it's going to be so regular.
Right.
We are going to be in the history. Not having to confine to a month. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know if this shit, I might sound crazy now. I might sound crazy, but I'm open to sounding crazy.
I don't think you sound crazy. I just don't think the idea is fully fleshed out. Or you're not able to communicate it I'm not hearing a fully fleshed out communication around it.
Okay, let me see if I could try to like Black History Month. I don't believe in it because it should be taught all year.
Right.
If it's taught all year, it doesn't make us hold us to 1 month.
Right.
But it also becomes the norm. We're trying to make it to where it's the norm.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, if on the channel we make it
the norm,
a norm, like we're giving these facts all the time, and not just like 400 years ago or whatever. Yeah. It could be last week this happened.
I'm with that.
And this is happened with a black person. This is Black history.
I'm with that. Black and Latinas, because the culture was created off of black and brown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so like that's what I'm saying. Like that's a way that we could be part of the solution. Right? Like
no, I'm with that. I'm 100% with that.
Yeah,
I'm 100% with that.
And so I think
Yeah. I like that.
I didn't give you a fully fleshed out idea.
Yeah, I like that. I had to think about that. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like history of, and it's like, dog. Like,
no, I'm not going. I don't want to stop at like 1980.
Because sometimes this could be me. I could be wrong, but sometimes I feel like our history stopped around 80s, 90s. I feel like things stopped, and then the hip hop culture came, and everything was hip hop.
That's it.
And that was it. Anything that was created was out of the umbrella of hip hop, and that's what they pushed to us. So that's why I'm like, dog, like.
Oh yeah. So we can start having this was created in 2015. This is black. This is Black history. This is. Yeah.
And honestly, bro. And just to get off the Black history topic, going to the victim mentality topic, I think we play victim so much that it really hinders us in a lot of ways.
I don't even think some people are playing victim. I think they don't even know that they're coming off as victims because it's so ingrained.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why sometimes like I'll use myself as an example. How often do you really hear me complain about anything that's going on in my life?
I don't. That's why you're successful.
Right, because I know these are all choices I made. But most people haven't had the opportunity to learn that or grasp that concept or be shown that in such a way. So like I said, I don't think some people aren't even playing the victim. That's who they are, and they don't even know that's who they are. Because in my experience,
that sucks for them.
Yeah, well, but not. I think it takes a lot of work to be introspective and to think about this is who I am, and this is why I act this way, and this is why. Right, that takes a lot of energy.
Right,
and most people, don't want to say it like that. I think it's a lot easier to do what's comfortable. It's a lot easier to do the thing that doesn't take a lot of thought than it is to sit down and say, all right, why do I feel this way?
So you think people don't know that they don't take a lot of time to think and do introspective work?
I think most people want to do what's easy and thinking and doing introspective.
So let me ask you a question. Okay. So you saying that's conscious or that's a subconscious thought?
I think it's a little bit of both. Right? I think mostly it's subconscious that people are not making the choice to do the work, right? because I think it even takes conscious thought to realize I need to do work on myself. I have a problem. Most victims aren't going to look like and say, "Oh, I have a problem." They're going to be like, "This happened to me."
I think they know.
Some people
I
might.
think I think
You think most people know
I
that,
think they don't want to do the work
and they just play victim because they don't want to do the
because
work?
it's easy. Because
Because
you could benefit from playing victim. Look at white women.
Elaborate.
They had a whole challenge about fake crying to get what they want on TikTok a while ago. Maybe
Oh,
it was
for
a
real?
year. Yeah, it was like a whole like
I didn't see
they
that.
fake cry and they come back and they make like an evil smile because they know they can get what they want when they cry.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm just using that example because I like people know when their situation is fucked up, and if you don't know, it's because something is. I'm not gonna say something is wrong with you. You're just so you just deep. You deep in there. See, you almost think what you're doing is right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I can see that. But
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little up here, and I be having so many thoughts. So if I'm off track and you don't understand, let me know.
no, you're saying like people are doing stuff, knowing they're doing it, but don't understand it's wrong because they're just so deep into doing
No,
it.
or that was an or.
Or
That was an or.
Okay.
I think the majority of people know what they're doing.
Okay.
But then if I think the people that don't know, that think it's just life,
They're so deep in
they're
it.
so deep into it that their whole surrounding, their whole environment, whatever, is telling them what they're doing is
That's right, or that's normal, or
normal to
whatever.
them. Their perspective is their reality. You know what I'm saying? But I think a lot of people know when they mess up because how do you not?
I think you're taking it for granted, man.
Me?
Like that. Yeah, cause
What am I taking for granted first?
the experience of knowing that you've messed up or done something wrong or doing something
So
wrong.
you saying basically I'm an outlier because I know what's going on. And I've done the introspective work. But a lot of
I
people won't do it.
I think you're an outlier for someone who's not willing to do the work, right? Because it's interesting because I see it a lot on social on dating apps. People's like, oh, I want to date someone who's been in therapy, right? Well, here's why. Because someone who's been in therapy, regardless of why they're in therapy, they've had to do some level of work on themselves, right?
Right.
I think most people don't even know the work needs to be done because, like, I read self-help books,
Yeah.
or I did read a lot, and so that's what kind of inspired me to do the work.
Right.
And I just went off on a tangent. Can't remember what point I was trying to make.
The difference between person going down that hole and realizing that, or not realizing, but not understanding that their environment is what their reality is.
Right.
So they don't understand that they had a choice or didn't have a choice. But like I said, I think people knew what they were doing. They just don't want to go. Like,
I think it takes maybe, but like for me, it took several wake up calls for me to get to where I am. I had people telling me like,
that's any fucking thing, Oscar. That's being successful.
right, but
That's being a parent. That's
right,
being a child. That's being a
but,
teenager. That's being an adult. You got to go through these things. Life is not gonna stop lifing.
no, I know, but I think
That was funny.
you may be taken for granted that some people just never hear those wake up calls. They never feel that tap on the
No,
shoulder.
I don't believe that. I believe everybody gets that wake up call. Some people try it and they fail and they stay there.
I could get behind that, but some people may not even realize that it's a wake up call.
I just don't agree with that. And I think I'm coming from a personal experience because I got somebody in my life that I'm attaching this to.
Okay.
And I think I'm more talking
But-
from passion. So let me
yeah.
listen to what you got to say.
Well, but I'm just saying there are a lot of people, a lot of different experiences.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
had a coworker, and if he ever watches this, he's gonna laugh because I ain't gonna lie. I haven't been as good in that friendship as I could be.
Right.
But he told me a story. He was like, you know, this person died in the flood, and when he got to heaven, he's like, God, why didn't you save me? And God was like, well, did you not hear the evacuation warning that I had sent out on the radio?
I heard a story about this, but it was a man on the island.
Did you not hear the evacuation warning? Mm-hmm. Then he was like, all right, did you not see the people drive by? Mm-hmm. Then when the water started coming up, the boat came by. Did you not get... Mm-hmm. The helicopter came to get you off the roof when you stand on the house. Did you not get on... So you didn't see all that stuff.
All the signs that I sent you, and you didn't see, yeah.
So basically what I'm saying with that is like...
my story was the island. The man was stranded on the island. Mm-hmm. God sent a whale. Uh-huh. God sent the boat. And then I think he ended up dying or whatever. He's like, God, why didn't you save me? He's like, what are you talking about? I sent you 3 different...
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's like, I think sometimes, like, I get what you're saying. It's like some people ignore the wake-up calls. But I think maybe... I think a lot more people are deep in it than we may realize.
Let's talk about why they deep in it then.
I think it goes back to how people are raised. Like,
let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I believe our generation, the generation before us, and the generations after us have been fed hip hop. Granted, I know we created it.
I don't, you know, I don't think hip hop has anything to do with it.
Shit.
I'm not gonna say it's not a piece of it.
Shit.
I'm not gonna say
it's the biggest piece of it. And I'm not even gonna say, I'm not here to demonize hip hop and say hip hop is bad, music is bad. I'm because that's the umbrella of majority of what we celebrate.
Hip hop?
Yes. That's the umbrella. And I say hip hop loosely.
Right.
Like, I'm just talking about music. I'm talking about the culture. I'm talking about
right.
the way we dress, the way we talk, music, how we live our life, the culture. You know what I'm saying? It started off as something great, phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But I think lately it's been kind of like weaponized.
Absolutely, it was probably weaponized. Well, yeah. So here's the thing in hip hop though, like a lot of rappers become successful by talking about what they did in their past, right? All right, and
past was the old shit. They talking about what they doing now.
Some of them, most of them, right? But then
I'll take that back. I ain't gonna sit here and cap and say most of them.
Like,
I'm gonna say the ones that they pushing through the social media, internet, billboard type. But go ahead, I'm with you.
I guess what I'm saying.
I'm checking myself as I go.
The reason why I said that they're talking about they get famous by talking about what they were doing at the time in their past.
Yeah.
They stay famous by talking about their past.
Yeah.
So I think the problem is kind of what you alluded to earlier when we were talking about Black history. I don't want it to stop. Like, they kind of stop at a place and they keep talking about those topics versus now they've elevated. They're not rapping about, oh, I just made this investment.
Shit, Jay-Z is. That's what I listen to him.
But I don't know, because I don't listen to a lot of new. Right. I listen to the radio, but all I hear is about, like, I'm cheating, I'm this, I'm that. I don't hear about people talking about their investments, right?
Right.
And like, so it's just like, I think a lot of people, too readily let their past dictate their present and future.
Yes, nigga.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to. I didn't mean to say that, but yeah, that's what I'm trying to say about Black people. We so focused on what they did to us in the past and who was in the past. It's like, bro, these babies, these kids that's growing up now, these little... I've seen a 3-year-old operating an iPad like he was working at Apple. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids are smart and they soaking up stuff like this. This is the time with, like I said, there's so much information and knowledge that we have. This is the time that we should be implanting. I grew up in a boys group called the Trailblazers through the church that helped me process into becoming a young man.
All right.
Where's that at?
I don't know. Maybe we need to do something about it.
I'm with it. I'm with all. You know me. I'm with all the mentoring and stuff like that. I mentor young black men through dance.
When you gonna start teaching dance again?
I still mentor. They still hit me up and call me, big bro. What you on? This and that. I'm still letting them know. I see something on Instagram I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say who it is, but one of my young boys was on Instagram. Bands flashing, boom, gold. You know what I'm saying? Slugged
Stop all
up,
that.
diamonds in his mouth. I didn't tell him to stop all that. I
Okay.
said, take that picture down. Wow, take that picture down, bro. You accessible. You're not out here with security like that. And if he watching, I'm gonna tag him in the clip. I'm gonna post this clip. I'm gonna tag him in it just so everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Like. No, matter of fact, I ain't gonna tag him. I ain't gonna do my little part like that. I ain't gonna tag him in it.
Because he's accessible.
Yeah, that's why I said that. But you accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't contribute to the shit that we trying to get rid of.
Right.
Cause somebody gonna see you and know you accessible, and it's a nigga that might try. There's always one.
Can we talk about community then? Like,
there's always one.
Right. But if we had a better community, I don't think that one would be there.
There's always gonna be that one.
Oh,
in the Bible was that one.
Yeah.
Quran, it was that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always gonna be that one, and that's why there's a separation between good and evil, heaven and hell.
Right.
There's always gonna be that one. So precautions is you just don't indulge into the devil's play, quote unquote.
Make a space that you want to be in.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, the art. You want to see that community? You want to talk about the community? I'm about to hit you with Iverson.
Okay.
You want to talk about community?
The community? The community?
You want to talk about the community? The community? How you look at the community? And when we say the community, we mean the black community.
You are my community. Like, and
nigga said, I'm your tribe.
And then I got a couple other really good friends. Like, I got a good.
Footsies.
Come on, man.
My pink socks. Hey, shout out to the pink. Hey, shout out to Rich Minds. You feel me? But go ahead, I'm listening.
I got several friends that are community. I was in DC.
I'm listening.
And one of my friends, she let me stay at her place, right? Didn't ask me for no money, nothing. Just like, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be out there. I need a place to lay my head. And she was like, don't worry about it. I got you. Right? I think that's what the community, like, just being there and supporting and, like, doing stuff so we all win. And that could be difficult because that one you're talking about is the majority right now and not the minority.
That's where it's hurting us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it's hurting us.
And it's...
How do we change that, though? Outside of raising better children, how do we change that?
We come together and we come together and we figure out what's right or wrong for us. I love hip hop.
Right.
I love rap music.
Right.
I'd be sitting here lying if I said I didn't like it.
Right.
But I think the topics that we push and promote and the artists that we push and promote should be changed up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I like 21 Savage, but I can see 21 Savage's growth as well outside his music. I know he talking about what he did, what he used to do,
right.
Allegedly.
Right.
You know, we ain't put nobody in jail, allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can also step outside and see listen to his interviews and see how he thinks, how he moving, and how he's like, you know, I'm a businessman, or Jay-Z. We can always use Jay-Z.
Right.
Rick Ross, if you want to use that story.
Yeah. Well, so okay. You're making excellent points, right? They're not going to stop making that music because that music is what making them money. So how do we publicize that positive that they're doing. Because, like, I'll say it all the time. I'm like, drama creates interest. And then a lot of times the stuff that's best for a person is boring.
It's always going to be like that. I have nothing to say to that. It's always going to be like that. But the discipline comes in to knowing that it's boring and you continue to keep doing it. Because you know that in the long run, it's going to benefit not only you, but everybody in your circle.
Right.
I want to be a better person. As a black man, I want to be a better person because I know if I have a son, that my son's going to look at me and say, my dad comes from XYZ and he was this. You know what I'm saying? Or my daughter grow up, she going to be like, my dad was this. I want to date a man that's like my dad.
Do you think... So I remember one time, and I don't know the details about it, it just kind of sparked something. It's like, I think it was Ice Cube talking. He was like...
Baby!
He was like, when his kids got old enough to listen to his music, he explained it to them.
Yeah.
And what it's all about. I think the music that's being made, keep making it. But I think...
No, because you're not listening to the music in these streets these kids listen to.
Well, so...
These niggas is literally talking about killing the next nigga across the street because of what? Nothing. Literally, they are naming names in songs about who died, doing music videos at the damn cemetery.
The point I was getting to,
I
get you. I don't hear it. I don't listen to that.
I'm trying to compose myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you probably have like a lot more knowledge about current music than I do.
That's because I'm close to it. I still got young boys in them streets. You know what I'm saying? Like.
But what I was getting at, what the point I was about to make is like, I think teaching them that music is a tool to get to a place, and not to be misused, right?
Right.
Do you follow?
No, I get you.
That's more so what I was gonna say. It's like, all right,
take your story and monetize off your story, but that's what it is, and that's what it's gonna be, a story.
A story and a tool
to help you get to the next spot.
Got
you.
That's why I'm saying.
Understood.
You gonna make the drama sales.
But listen to this though. Imagine giving an 18-year-old nigga. I ain't gonna even say. Let's just keep it realistic. $250,000 record deal.
99% of them ain't gonna know what to do.
One, because they don't understand financial literacy.
Right.
But I'm not even gonna get to that point. That's
a whole nother episode.
But what I'm saying is, you giving a young black kid in the hood $250,000. He's still hanging out with all his partners on the corner. It's still a gang war going on. Most of the time, he's funding the gang war. How do you stop that?
Bruh, if I knew that.
How do you stop that?
If I knew that.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, and I say this with the utmost respect, they're not listening to no square nigga like you.
I know they're not listening to me.
Hold on, but here's the kicker. They're not listening to a nigga like me either.
Right. And by the time they start listening,
it's too late. They at a funeral burying their partner. I hate to say it.
By the time they start listening, they've had those type of experiences. Like experiences that are like life altering in a way that it didn't have to get there.
I started losing people close to me at 14. My first time experiencing real death with somebody getting killed, I was 14 years old. And then it kept happening. It was like a period of time to where like death was just like, I almost felt like my name was next. It was like a pick of the draw a name, and your name was in there getting shuffled up in a hat full of names. That's how I felt for a long time, until I realized my name was in that hat.
But you took it out.
I took it out because I saw what was going on.
You could take your name out of whatever hat that is he's talking about. The death hat or the
going the wrong way hat.
Yeah,
I could have been in jail.
Yeah.
I could have had 20. nigga, my brother is doing 20 to life.
You could do a different path.
Off of
You could
simple, like not even simple. I shouldn't say that because something
one
tragic
decision,
happened. A decision that alters his life
completely ever.
for forever. Even when he get out, it's still altered.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
because that's gonna follow him forever.
He spent his 20s in jail. He's 30 now.
That's crazy.
When he was 19, he's 30 now.
It's crazy.
And hopefully he'll be home in November around my birthday this year. You know what I'm saying? 2023.
We're gonna buy bottles.
Oh, we gonna go up for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna go up. But
People ask me why I buy
I
bottles.
understand.
girl,
Hey,
you
stop that.
This is the third time you went to another podcast. You gotta stop because you're not getting the guest spot. I promise you. But like they not listening to us.
Nope.
And then on the flip side, and I know we're going in a tangent, but I kind of feel like we just venting. We just talking
Yeah,
right now.
we have a real conversation.
On the flip side, you got the OGs looking up to the young niggas because they got money. They getting put on, scamming, whatever they doing, record deals, the YouTube money. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start getting money in the hood, it's different. Take it away, my brother. You had that look on your face. I shut up.
No, it's just like I think too much emphasis is put on money. Like even for myself, I think too much emphasis is put on money. It's about like
You know what's crazy? A lot of these young niggas don't got fathers. So they live the street life because why? I'm trying to buy my mama a house.
right.
So the emphasis is on money because they start off wanting to take their mom out of
A bad situation.
a bad situation. You know?
But that's interesting. They say I want to buy my mom a house, get my mom in a better situation. Are they asking their mom what they want?
I ain't never thought of it like that.
Because like,
Because I went to buy my mama a house and then she bought a house. I was like,
oh well, what am I supposed to do now? All right, I gotta move on.
my goals are different.
Well, but the reason, but the reason why I say, are they asking their mom what the mom actually wants? Because I bet you every mom in the world would say,
I want to see you alive.
forget the house. I want you to be alive and be able to come visit me and tell me that you love me.
Yeah. Understood.
So it's like
Understood.
I get that dream, but like let's keep it in perspective though, right?
Right.
Your mama wants you alive and well and available to visit.
Right. And not visiting at a correctional facility.
No, I'm talking about like you got your own place and she's coming to visit you, or you coming to visit her, and everybody could do things on their own time and schedule.
Right.
Like, so ask your mom, what is it that she really want, and what is she that she's really looking for?
There's so much shit, man.
It's no easy answer.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
But these are a lot of issues and a lot of problems that we have. And like I said, I know we bounce around and going from topic to topic, but it's just so much, bro. Because to me, it all plays into like almost like the victim mentality.
Yeah.
Victim mentality, because like if I keep it real, why you want to buy your mama a house? If your mama can't buy a house, then it's like, what was she doing? What was your father doing? That's not a kid responsibility to put his mama up.
Right.
That's a lot of weight on your shoulders.
That's a lot of weight.
You get what I'm saying? As
Yeah.
a young man, that's a lot of weight on your shoulders to be
Yeah.
the man of the house at such a young age.
Yeah.
I can understand if your father passed away or something like that, but let's be real. Being 14, 15, talking about I want to buy my mama a house because you seen the situation is crazy. Why should a Billy boy and Bob and Brad and Brock from up the block, they're not trying to buy they're
Look, I wasn't trying to buy my mama a house.
right. You know what
Like
I'm
because
saying? But let me see. Like they don't have that experience. They didn't have
Right.
they got to be 14-year-old kids.
Right.
They got to grow up in that experience of their father probably being the father, or whatever the case may be, and their mother probably being the mother. Granted, I don't know the relationship between the parents. It could have been the worst relationship in the world. Who knows? But they still got that balance because children need both parents.
Yep. They need both parents, or they need both types of energy. Masculine and feminine.
Feminine energy, yeah.
However that presents.
But I still think it's the parents. I still think it's parents.
I think the parents.
'Cause I've had masculine energy in my life. I told you my story with my stepdad. I had masculine energy in my life since I was 7, but I pushed it away because I wanted my father to be my father.
Yeah, look, and this topic that you're talking about right now, I have almost zero experience with, because my dad was always there.
Yeah, nigga, your dad was there for me.
Right. So like and
our other cousin, who I won't say his name.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Cuddy.
Yeah,
shit,
man.
There you go. Hit no Google on my shit. Yeah. So it's a, and all of this is a slippery slope. And I understand. I understand that we coming at it a different way, but we both, at the end of the day, we both want better for our communities.
I want better, especially for my community, but just everyone in general.
I want better for the world.
Right. I want that progress that you talked about earlier that I still disagree with you about.
What you mean?
You said, "Oh, we've evolved. The country's evolved."
Nigga, we have.
Not as much as you like. You giving a lot of credit.
Hey, slow motion is better than no motion, Cuddy. I'm telling you.
I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm saying I don't think we as far along as like.
I'm not saying nigga we buzz light years ahead of time.
Right.
I'm just saying you wouldn't be making what you making right now.
Look, I agree with you.
1964, nigga.
I agree with you. I think more so what I'm saying is I think we're behind of where we should be in 2023.
But now, and I'm telling you, keep that. I'm telling you, the reason why we're behind in 2023 is because we are still stuck in this stupid mindset of being yesteryear.
Yeah.
We've evolved, but now it's time for us. If you still blaming the white man in 2023, you need to look at yourself in the mirror.
Well, look.
There's still.
Yeah, it's still.
There's still.
Yeah, but Madam C.J. Walker, is that her name? The first woman millionaire, or black woman millionaire?
Probably. I don't know.
1800s, early
Probably.
1900s. Now, I know, what you saying
is they had money back then too. That's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is that black people back then were able to become successful some way, somehow. And that was probably more the exception than the rule. It definitely was more of the exception than the rule. But
honestly, I think around Black Wall Street, there's probably more wealthy black people back then than there is now.
Oh, well, yeah, absolutely. Because we had community then.
My point exactly.
We had community then. But to your point is, there's opportunity now.
Yes.
And
way more opportunity.
And the barriers of entry to most things
are bare minimum.
Are zero. I would almost say zero. You could literally produce an entire movie with your phone in your pocket.
Nigga, this iPhone does wonders.
Like, you could literally, most of, and the barriers of entry are, real low.
Rapping, all you need is a computer.
Interface. You just need your phone. You think I'm joking?
No, I don't. That's why I'm laughing, because I know you're right.
You get a
a little mic, a little thing, and get it on the song. Yeah, upload the SoundCloud.
You can literally make the beat on your phone, record the lyrics on your phone,
write the lyrics on your phone,
upload it from your phone. So it's
yeah. And
everybody got a computer in their pocket. It's like a mainframe back in the day, right here.
Yeah. This is a big ass modem.
And keep. Whenever someone tells me something's not possible, I look at them and say,
I hate that. You ain't tried it.
No, I look at them and say, computers didn't exist in 1919.
nigga. I don't even think planes existed in 1919.
Yeah, but so somebody be like, and that.
And I say planes because people say they would never thought we would fly. Basically,
Right.
is what I'm trying
Well,
to say.
yeah. I always that more so upsets me when I'm dealing with vendors at work. Oh, we can't do that. I'm like, you lying.
You know.
Yeah. But anywho, yeah.
Pimp ain't about to get strong.
Let me tell you, this has been a very interesting conversation. Black History Month, victim mentality, community.
And we got a whole month of this, so we can keep going back and forth. But okay. No, I'm not gonna do that because that's gonna change the energy of the cast. Of the cast. Because I think that's a whole nother. I was gonna ask you. Okay, what's pro-black to you? What's being pro-black?
I don't know. I honestly can't. For black people, for the black community, I don't know. Like,
Right.
if you just look at the word pro, the definition.
Or progressive, I think, right? Pro? Is that the PROs for progressive?
I don't know. Look, I got all these degrees. I don't know.
He got 35 degrees.
I got more degrees than a thermometer.
That's a bar. That's actually a bar. You want that?
No, I steal all these quotes.
Not you being a college grad plagiarizing.
The best people plagiarize. What are you talking about?
He said 90% of the colleges.
No, I'm talking about inventors.
Oh, well, yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Look, shout out to Larry Winters. More degrees than a thermometer. That's where I got it from.
Oh, okay. What you about to look up? The pro?
Oh, the definition of pro. A professional, especially in sports. Added to a person or event, professional or pro golfer. What is the full pro professional? Pro black.
Professional black.
I think I'm missing something. Oh, wait, here.
Nigga be a
I was reading.
I'm a professional black.
There's a second definition to pro right here. An adjective. Oh wait, hold on. I promise y'all I can read. An advantage. An advantage or argument in favor of something. So yes, I am pro-black based on that definition of pro and being black. In favor of. I'm in favor of black people. Now, I don't know what definition you had in mind, but lay it on me.
No, I was just asking because I've been seeing a lot of this, a lot of stipulations that go on to being pro-black. So it's almost these requirements and these checks and balances to becoming or being pro-black, especially as a black person.
Well, yes, and I think most misunderstandings come from people not having common definitions. Because think about it. Every time we talk about something on the podcast, what do? We look it up and we get a common definition between them.
Just like we just did.
Yeah, it might not be the right definition.
But it's something we can agree on to move forward.
Yeah,
to move the conversation
this is
forward.
going to be the definition that we're basing this conversation off of.
Yeah.
And based on this definition, what are your opinions about it?
Yeah.
I think most of the time, one person says one thing. Like, for example, casual dating. Casual dating means lots of different things to lots of different people.
Right, understood.
But whenever there's not a common definition of something, I don't think a true conversation can be had about it.
Yeah, because then we just bouncing off our opinions now.
Right.
What we think and how we feel.
And so that's one of the things, like, I think in any type of relationship, if there's a issue that comes up, figure out what the issue is, figure out the words around the issue, and then come up with common definitions of those words.
Okay.
And then talk about it.
Okay, we can talk. We can talk about. Because I feel like if I say what I'm about to say, I feel like that's going to turn into a whole other hour of us talking.
I mean,
Because I'm not going to edit this shit. This shit going to go over one face.
one face.
It's going to be one angle, me and you, the whole time. We've been going back and forth.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to cut this off, take a bathroom break, and then shoot another one.
Is that what we doing?
I don't know. Or do a part 2. We could do a part 1 and part 2 of this one. That way I don't have to change.
So that's going to wrap it up. It's your boy, Long Live Mosley. I'm here with my cousin.
Oscar.
And it's another You Good Digital podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. Part 2 coming soon.